you guys. Okay, today we are going to do some super fun game things, some food things, some all over crazy things with apples again. This one is really easy and really fun. It sounds easy, I should say, but it's not easy. We are going to do 1 minute to win it apple stacking. Now, that sounds so easy. I'm just going to stack these apples on top and I'm going to be good. Yeah, that's what you think. It's not that easy. So here's what you do. I have 6 apples. You could do as many as you want. Again, you're going to need a timer. I am not good at this. So this will only take me just a quick second or two to show you how I'm not good at this. But here's the thing. Not all apples are like flat on the top, right? You kind of got all sorts of different ways. So you have to stack these apples on top of each other. You could do one-handed. Honestly, for me, I'm going to need like 7 hands. So whatever you want to do. But I was just going to show you. So here we go. You would go start, and then you'd have to start. Shh, don't. See? It's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, let me do it one more time. I give up. How many can you get in up high? Take a picture if you can. Don't move the table. Hi guys. Have you ever gone to the grocery store with your mom or dad or anybody else for that matter and seen how many different apples there are? There are so many different apples, aren't there? Well, I went to our local grocery store and I picked up 6 different apples. I have, I have Honey Crisp, Pink Lady, Macintosh, Red Delicious, Granny Smith, and Golden Delicious. Now, even I know I haven't eaten some of these apples, which is a little crazy. But I thought what we would do today is do a little taste test. So I have washed all my apples and I've set them on these plates so that I just can remember which one is which. But let's dive in. Let's do the traditional red apple. Most of you are very familiar with the Red Delicious apple. This is the most produced apple in the US. It's also called the last apple standing, which I think is kind of funny. It basically means that people would much rather have any of these other apples than the Red Delicious, but yet it's still so produced in the US. It's a little crazy. So I'm just going to cut this. Oh yeah, I'm going to make a little slice here for myself. And I'm going to tell you what I think. So I love the red from the outside. I think that looks really nice, very appetizing. Very good. I'd eat it. It's a little bit sweeter. So good. And these actually, they're when you should eat a red apple is in September. That's the best. So even for it being not quite in season, very, very good. Now let's try Golden Delicious. Look at that color on that one. This one is used, if you guys haven't seen this one or tried it, it's good for salads and sauces and apple butter. Have you had apple butter? Ooh, on a warm one. And it's prone to actually getting quite a few bruises. You can already see the bruises on it. So it's a very delicate apple is what it said. So you need to be a little careful with it. So I'm going to just cut her up. Okay. Yellow. Smells tartar. Let's see. Oh. Actually quite sweet. It's a little more gummy than our Red Delicious. So not my super favorite. I would eat it, but yeah. No thanks. So how about this beautiful Macintosh apple? Now this one looks really good. It's got some green and some red. This apple is actually Canada's national apple. If you had a national apple, this is the one Canada has. And it's good for everything. Good for cooking. It's good for eating raw. Can do anything and everything with it. With this one. Let's get a little piece off of this. It's a lot lighter on the inside too. This Golden Delicious was a little bit more. That's definitely tartar than any one that I've had so far. And it's a lot more dense, meaning it's thicker. It has more chew to it, especially than that Golden Delicious. I like that one. Tart yet good. I like it. Okay, well, do we all know the Granny Smith? This one I actually would say would be one of my favorite apples, but that McIntosh would taste excellent with some peanut butter on it. I love these for dipping in caramel or peanut butter or chocolate. So good. Now this is an apple that normally would make good apple pies. And if you watched earlier in the week, you know we made an apple pie with these glorious Granny Smith apples. So this one is a little bit more tart. And what's really cool about this too is Marie Ann Smith was her name. She discovered this apple. So they named it Granny Smith. Kind of cool, huh? And that was all the way back in 1868 in Australia. I love that one. You guys like green apples? Oh, my favorite. It's actually too. Excuse me. You know, my manners aren't very good as I'm eating and talking to you guys. I'm so sorry about that. But this is one of the most well-known apples throughout the world. So good. So good. Here's another one that I don't believe that I've had. I'm not quite sure. This one is called the Pink Lady. Pink Lady. It's very high in sugar, so I'm a little excited to eat it. But it's supposed to also have a sweet and a tart taste. So we'll see. What's really cool and interesting to me about this Pink Lady is it just came over to the United States in the 1990s. So that really wasn't that long ago. And only certain people can actually grow it. So I'll tell you, very exclusive apple we're eating here. I just want to show you the inside. See how that looks. This one again is a little bit more yellowy than the other one. So let's see what we got. To me, this tastes like the apples that you grab off of a tree, like a crabapple tree. I don't think I like it. To me, it has the same texture as that Golden Delicious, and I don't really like that gummy taste. I like a firm, crispy apple you can just dive into. Now, this is also one of my favorites, so we'll see if it can beat the Granny Smith. This one is called a Honey Crisp, and do you want to know where the Honey Crisp originated from? Minneapolis, just right next door. How cool is that? And this one is actually considered to be the most expensive of apples because if the stem is too long, like this one is, and it's tucked in there, it's so labor intensive. They have to go and pull the stem off of each of the apples. So can you imagine? You're already pulling the apples down by hand, and now you have to pull the stem out. So that's why it's supposed to have a sweet and tart flavor. So let's just see. Sweet and tart, just the right mixture of both. I don't know. That one, it could very well beat my Granny Smith. Don't tell Granny Smith that though. That's really good. Well, you guys, if you have a chance, get some apples and do a little taste test yourself. Maybe you are going to like the Golden Delicious more than I do. I mean, it's all up to you. So now we're going to do a little art project with these apples that I got remaining. Well, after I have a snack, so hold on. Okay, you guys, I have a super fun art project. Not only are apples good for eating, they're good for art projects. So normally when you have an apple, right, you cut it down the middle, kind of like this way a lot of people do. And then you just have the inside, right? You're used to seeing that inside. Well, did you know if you cut the apple this way, you are going to get a super cool star pattern. How cool is that? And then you can see all the seeds tucked in there. You see them in there? So what I did is I took some out already, and I took the seeds out, and then I laid them on a paper plate. And you kind of want to dab them because you want to get a little bit of the moisture off of them so that the paint can make a really cool stamp, basically. Okay, I have some white paper, and apples are mainly produced in the fall. That's when they want to be picked, and that's when they're ripe and delicious and so yummy. They're good all the time, but that's when they are at the peak of their season. So when I think of fall, I think of some fun colors like yellows and greens and browns and reds. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to put some of these fun colors onto my plate. And then what you can do is you can do a couple different things. You can use it as a stamp and stamp it in there. You can use a paintbrush and paint it on there. You can kind of do whatever you want. But what I'm going to do, I'm first going to do kind of a stamp. And I'll show you what I've done with my paints is instead of kind of doing them in all different areas, I've done them very close together, right? So now when I take my stamp and get some of that excess off, I can put it in the paint really good. So and then I'm gonna get all these different fun colors all over. Give it a, and then here I go on my paper. Push it down really good. Really good. Sometimes you can get 2 or so out of them. How cool is that? Now I'm going to turn these into like apple trees. I decided that's what I want to do. So I'm going to get my brown out. I'm going to do a little brown right here on the side. Oops, this is a brand new one. Yay. Sorry. Then I'm going to just use a paintbrush and I'm going to paint a tree trunk on there. So I can get a cool tree trunk. I like to do a real dry brush because I think then it kind of makes the trunk kind of look like it's in the ground like that. So a real dry brush and just keep going. There we go. If you need a little extra, just dab it. There we go. We are looking like a tree, friends. Okay, let's try. I'll try another one here. And you could do, again, whatever you want. You could do a bigger sheet of paper and do it lots of different ones. I'm going to do over the top because it's a big apple tree. Apple trees are awesome. They're big, and then you see all the yummy fruit on it. So good. All right, a couple more here. All right, and there are our fall apple trees. So just something a little more fun to do with an apple than just, eat it, but that's always okay too.